I love Keke Palmer. Let's get into it.
What's up, everybody? I'm Keke Palmer. You might know me from the Spelling Bee movie, Akeelah and the Bee, my Nickelodeon TV show, True Jackson VP, Jordan Peele's Nope, maybe my viral meme where I was sorry to that man, or more recently, my new TV show, The Burbs, streaming now on Peacock. I've been working in front of the camera for over 20 years now. But today, I'm going to share my story with you.
There's a trend we see a lot these days where before sharing a story, someone vocalizes, I'm going to share the story. There's a couple approaches here. The first is the show versus tell. Get right into the story instead of claiming that you're about to share one. But some people feel like saying, I'm about to share a story with you, gives the audience a moment to prepare themselves to lean in. Some food for thought.
My mother was a substitute teacher for disabled children. She sang for churches and did backup singing for extra cash. My father worked in the factory at a polyurethane company. He had Carhartt before it was fashionable, okay? But they fell in love doing speech interp and theater. Things circumstance slowly made no space for.
Notice the way she's taking her time, telling the story to feel like you were there in that time with her.
Growing up in a place where access is limited, hamming it up became my pastime, a dream passed down.
Her choice to switch the body language there is a nice visual shift to re-engage the audience.
So when I started auditioning and booking, it became clear I was the one who could do it. I could do something I enjoyed and lift some weight off my parents. So we did it. We moved to LA for my career.
She is talking as though this is the most fascinating thing to her as well. Oftentimes when we are talking about ourselves, especially as women, we forget to bring that same fascination we bring in when we speak about other women, other people, other things that just fascinate us, which is a cue to the audience of, hey, you should be just as fascinated by this as I am.
In the first year, I starred in a movie alongside William H. Macy and got a SAG nomination. Then, go ahead, clap.
She's present with the audience, right? Even though it's clearly rehearsed, they have the urge to clap. So she says, I'm going to give them a moment to react and to clap.
And not because we chase success, but because it bought us freedom. That's when performing stopped being something I did for fun and something we relied on.
Notice the pause she took while preparing the audience for a shift in tone. She explained the excitement of what this career was giving her and her family. She took a long pause, gave a look that starts to show, but it wasn't all that simple, then reveals the shift in tone. Beautiful.
Messing that up wouldn't have just cost me, it would have put our freedom at risk. And we already knew what it was like to live without it.
You see how her vocal pitch also dropped as well? Typically a higher pitch and a faster pace is used to relay excitement or panic. In this case, she used it to relay the excitement of moving to LA and doing all these things in her first movie. After the tone switch, her voice became lower, a little more grounded, a little more forewarning. You can tell that she is really looking at people in the audience because instead of just scanning the left part of the room and then the right part or the center, in this moment especially, she looks down at all the people in the first few rows. Even though while you're on stage, the lights are often so bright that you can't exactly see faces, she is really making sure to scan, including as many people as you can.
I began designing a character to survive my life. That character is Keke Palmer. Approachable, capable, funny.
The more performative body language to highlight the performer of Keke Palmer. Beautiful pairing.
I hadn't slept one bit. My mind kept running. Then my mom walks in saying it's time to go. And I get angry with her. She has no clue what's going on. Now I'm crying, feeling this delayed sense of grief, realizing I'm acting like my son and expecting my mother to do what she never could. Not because she didn't love me, but because survival taught her to value propulsion. Moving forward mattered more than being held.
We talked about how a faster pace and higher pitch can incite panic and chaos, and she used that in this case to describe the epiphany that was building up before she shares the takeaway. Anytime you are sharing a story on stage, you need to make sure the takeaway of that story is clear. It can be the most amazing story, but if the lesson, the reason that the audience should be listening, the thing that they can take away from it when they go home, if that's missing, we are not doing right by our audience. This is Keke introducing the takeaway piece.
That was me. A billboard for hyper-functioning, with style, of course.
Notice how anytime she is bringing humor in, she makes sure to pause and let the audience react. That's also a cue to them that, hey, this is a joke moment, you all can laugh. She makes it quite clear, even in a moment of reflection.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Lauren Kiana Palmer, and I'm the CEO of the Keke Palmer Company, a company I created out of nothing with my mother, my father, and my 3 siblings.
When we think about opening a speech, you have 7 seconds to capture your audience's attention and for them to understand that they trust you and that they should listen to your whole speech. And a bio normally does not achieve that. Now, Keke Palmer is an exception here. It's Keke Palmer. The way that she connects the layer of identity here and self-introduction is uniquely done in her speech. You can also see her facial expressions are cueing you how to feel. She has a really clear smile and her eyes light up when she's talking about things that are happy. She gets visually serious when it's something that is heavier to talk about. This is something we often think we're doing, especially when we're first developing these public speaking skills. If you recorded yourself and watched it back, you'll see that there's usually more room to emote.
And my son is showing me how to live. Thank you.
Even as people stand up and applaud her, she is not moving. She's not rushing off the stage. She is taking it in. That is a sign of a beautiful confidence and presence in the room. Love her so much. Such a big fan. Thank you for watching.